You're listening to the Wolf Sports Network. The Wolves play here at the University of West Georgia Carrollton, now an Honesty Station.
In this season of Sports Out of Pocket, it's all luck, with returning segments like
Controversy,
Jalen Carter just let it get the best of him for some reason, and he decided to do it back.
Cash or Trash.
Do we think Joe Flacco can turn around the Cincinnati Bengals team?
And we're going all in for Fire Me Up.
Baker Mayfield in Tampa Bay, Florida. Stop what you're doing and listen to me right now, sir. You have been the king of the NFC South for 3 years.
And we take our chances with our brand new segment, Look of the Draw.
today's categories, top 10 2010s wide receivers. Parker, you polled.
Did I just pull AJ Green?
What?
And we strike gold with our interviews.
This is the Philly Sports Guy.
This is former MLB All-Star Justin Masterson.
Hey, yo, what up? My name is Josh Martinez from Z100 New York.
What up, guys? It's Tyrod Adams, former UWG linebacker.
And this is Sports Out of Pocket.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode, Season 7, Episode 4 of Sports Out of Pocket. I'm your host, as always, Jackson Voles, and around me, the most amazing cast, as I say every episode,
You're so
to do this show with. Right across from me, JT Groves. JT, how's your day going, man?
I am doing really good. Excited to talk about the Super Bowl that happened. Got to watch the Patriots lose. It brought tears to my eyes. I loved every bit of it. But I'm excited for this episode tonight.
You know, it brought tears to your eyes in a happy way. This guy, it brought tears to his eyes in a sad way. I know you're a big Drake May fan, Michael. But, Michael, how's your day going, man?
It's going good. Be better if Drake May was Super Bowl champion today, but it's not his fault.
Hey, he's got 20-plus
It
more.
is his fault, actually. That was pitiful.
I don't know what you're talking about, JT.
That's pitiful, but we'll talk about that later.
He has so many more years to win a Super Bowl. He'll be fine. I think he'll be fine. But across from me, the new member of Sports Out of Pocket, Parker Andell. Parker, how's your day going, man?
It's going good, bro. Long day of classes. I'm glad to get on here and debate some sports with the boys.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited for this episode. As JT said, we're recapping the Super Bowl halftime show, James Pierce Jr. situation, getting hyped about the MLB season and our NFL teams heading into the offseason. But across from me, JT.
Yeah, so Wolf Radio and Wolf Sports Network are proud to help produce the 21% of adults with low literacy skills. We are collecting new and gently used books for every UWG pre-K student monthly. Give today by visiting thewolfuwg.com/bookdrive. That's thewolfuwg.com/bookdrive. And when I like to read personally, I like to have it with a little meal.
You do?
Jackson, tell us about that.
You know, ever wanted to support your favorite station while eating Waffle House hash browns? Wolf Sports Network is hosting a Spirit Night, February 24th from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Maple Street Waffle House. That is Maple Street Waffle House on February 24th from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. Come join us before or after the UWG softball game against Jack State for an all-star, so we can be all-stars. Wolf Sports Network Spirit Night, 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Tuesday, February 24th. Make sure to show out. And with that, let's get into the show.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
We in here talking about practice.
It's time for the latest sports controversies.
That's right. As you said, it's time for the latest sports controversies. When I mean you, I mean me. Beautiful stager, by the way. The Super Bowl happened between the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots, and I know a lot of people had mixed feelings about the Super Bowl when it came to the halftime show and also the game in general because it was not that good of a game. I mean, the Seattle Seahawks absolutely blew the New England Patriots out of the water, but JT, I know you're a Bills fan, and I know you have some animosity towards the Patriots, but what were your thoughts on the Super Bowl as a whole?
I thought that overall it was not a good game. I knew going into it, it probably wasn't going to be close. I knew it was going to be low scoring, and normally I don't like Super Bowls that are low scoring, but these are two of the top defenses in the league going at it. I just think that overall going into it, whoever came out of the NFC was going to win the whole thing, and I think that Seattle definitely deserved a ring after that kind of performance in the Super Bowl.
Very underwhelming Super Bowl for sure, Jackson. Not what the people expected, not what anybody wanted to watch. I mean, when you look at Super Bowl MVP and you've got the kicker up there and talks of winning the MVP, I don't think it's ever going to be a good game. But that Drake May, very underwhelming. Looked like he was the one seeing ghosts out there rather than Sam Darnold. But I'll listen to what Michael has to say on this game.
Yeah, it was pretty terrible. It was pretty boring. It reminded me a lot of the Rams-Patriots Super Bowl a couple years ago, the 13-3 final score. Yeah. Like Parker said, I love Drake May. It was a bad game, really bad game from Drake May. But also, just the offensive line for New England was terrible. Will Campbell got just absolutely destroyed on every single play. I felt like he had a terrible day. But yeah, it was a really boring game and really unfortunate.
I mean, Seattle Seahawks tied fourth most Super Bowl sacks in the Super Bowl with 5 against Drake May. That O-line couldn't do absolutely nothing. But I'm super excited and happy for Sam Darnold after a long road in the NFL, leading up to this point. But JT, the Super Bowl halftime show happened with Bad Bunny. What were your thoughts on the Super Bowl halftime show?
I think other than me not being able to really understand much of what was being said, I think the audio sounded a little off as well. But I think the setup was awesome. I think the NFL is super smart for doing it. I think it definitely attracted a lot of different cultures from around the world to listen to one of the top artists right now. I think it was smart. I think that the performance was pretty good. I like their entire set, how they did it. The little leaves that they had were actual people. I thought that was really dope. I don't know. There was just a lot going on, but I didn't understand it, but I was vibing to it. I was hitting a little salsa.
You're hitting a little salsa?
I was hitting a little salsa. Dude, I was cooking up a little bit. But overall, I think it was a pretty good halftime show. It's definitely one of the better ones that I've seen in recent history.
Like JT, I was hitting my dance moves a little bit, even though I didn't understand it a lot. I don't really have a lot of comments on it as far as a whole show. I think that the controversy about Bad Bunny not being from America, there's been plenty of performers that have not been from America. And I think the big controversial thing is not people understanding his lyrics. And I think all the other ones were from other places were able to speak English and everybody understood the songs, and it's a little more tough when people don't understand what he's saying and can't fully grasp what's being said and enjoy the full halftime show.
I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't think it was bad or good, really. I just thought it was kind of whatever. My favorite halftime show I've seen was a couple years ago when it was like Snoop Dogg and I forget all the other people that were there.
The one in SoFi.
Yeah, it was one in LA. Yeah, that one. That was my favorite one. I thought this one was okay. Again, I couldn't understand really anything that was going on in this one. I just don't really care about the halftime show that much. I just don't like.
You're there for the game.
I'm just there for the game. I don't really
that's the thing. Us as football fans, we're not gonna care as much about the halftime show because we just want to watch football. And so it's like, yeah, okay, halftime show wasn't good as long as the game is good. But I feel like the game wasn't as good this year. But the halftime show, I feel like, kind of did make up for that a little bit.
I mean, I love Bad Bunny's music. I love Monaco. I love DTMF. I mean, big fan of his Spanish music. I was just hoping for – I know he's a rapper, and I'm very big on how vocals sound in live performances, and it just wasn't hitting for me. I also didn't really understand a lot of the lyrics, but I think that's the only thing that was really wrong with it. I mean, I love the setup. The Bushes, having Ronald Acuna Jr. out there, Jazz Chisholm was out there, Jessica Alba, Pedro Pascal. It was really cool to see all these, Hispanic cultured celebrities and icons and athletes out there. I mean, it's a big representation, and we're in Santa Clara. It's a predominantly Hispanic population in California.
Yep.
So yeah.
But what really confused me was the Lady Gaga appearance.
That was very random.
That wasn't announced at all, and she started singing "Die with a Smile." I was like, maybe hoping that Bruno Mars would come out as well.
Yeah.
But that just didn't seem right to me.
She was the one that was kind of off key as well.
Yeah, she was a little bit off key. But I'm not a judgy person. If I was up there, I'd mess up way worse. Maybe she didn't mess up. I don't know. But to me, it sounded a little bit off. I don't think that it really fit well into what Bad Bunny's beats and how he produces that kind of music. I don't think that really goes together. But hey, it was a halftime show. I thought it was pretty solid.
Now, sticking on the topic of football, we have a Atlanta Falcons. He was a rookie this year. James Pierce Jr. Got arrested for an altercation between him and his ex-girlfriend, Rickea Jackson. I mean, it's an unfortunate situation. Prayers up for Rickea Jackson. It's a rough situation. But, Michael, what are your thoughts on the situation?
Yeah, it's unfortunate. The biggest problem is that, the reason why James Pierce fell so far in the draft was because of his character concerns.
Yep.
That was what the problem was coming into it. And, I thought really that was mainly just the on-the-field stuff that he was doing. I didn't really think it was mainly off the field. Then you see this kind of situation happen. A lot of front office executives have come out and said, anonymously, but they've come out and said, I hate to see it, but I kind of expected it. I hope he can just get some help. I'm not focused on him trying to get back and trying to play football anymore. This is a big issue, big serious problem, and hopefully he just get the help that he needs.
Yeah, it's really sad to see. I'm sorry, Parker, for cutting you off, but it's really sad to see because going into the draft, you knew that he had those character issues, and he was really trying to work on those, and so you were taking that risk already. Didn't you guys trade back up to draft him later on in the first round? So you already had that kind of risk going into it. But the saddest part is 2 days before that at the NFL Honors, his mom was up there on stage saying, "So proud of the man you become," like talking about his character and how he's grown so much. And then 2 days later, this whole situation happens. It is really sad to see, and I completely agree with you. It's not about getting him back to play football right away. It's getting him some serious help because it's not something that is, I don't know, it's bigger than football in this case.
They hit all the key points. It's a real touchy subject to talk about. Like Michael said, his character made him fall all the way to the first round. And if I remember correctly, it was I think the president of operations at the time came out and said that they thought they could fix him and thought that they could fix him and bring him in. And 10.5 sacks. I mean, that's very impressive rookie season. So I do not take anything away from him on the football field. And obviously everybody knew it was a risk coming in, and it just stinks because he was down there in Tampa for that reason, to get honored to be a runner-up at NFL Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player Rookie of the Year. And it's a sad situation to see, and I hope it all gets worked out to where hopefully he can be back on the field for the Falcons.
Part of me wonders, like, if he would have won that award, would it have maybe changed something? I don't know. It might have been something along those lines, but whatever it was, it's not something good.
Yeah, it's not something good, and he's a phenomenal player on the field. I mean, it's an unfortunate situation because he basically just threw away his career. I mean, this guy was one of the most exciting and stellar rookies to see all season long, not just from just the defensive side, but both offensive and defensive. And Atlanta Falcons gave up a first-round pick.
First-round pick for this year?
Yeah, that's just – it's unfortunate. And, you have a lot of young Atlanta Falcons fans who look up to this guy. And, like, this is your favorite player. And when you do something like that, it makes people think it's okay that if you have a big NFL contract, you can do whatever you want. It's not. It's an unfortunate situation, and prayers for the families, and hope everything goes okay. But honestly, let's go on a higher note, on a lighter note, and let's get into one of the best segments, in my opinion, in Wolf Sports Network history, Cash or Trash.
Josh Allen, without a number one receiver, will never win a Super Bowl.
Cash or
the Cincinnati Bengals are better off without Joe Burrow.
Trash.
I mean, that Cash or Trash stager is looking like
pretty accurate.
It's looking pretty accurate, and I want to start off with the guy who made that stager, JT Groves. What is your Cash or Trash for this week?
I'm actually going to toss one over to Parker first. I want to hear his.
Okay.
My Cash or Trash is Lamar's MVPs make him look better than what he actually is.
Ooh.
Honestly, seeing his performance on the field this season when he had 3 straight fumbles in back-to-back weeks, I'm going to cash that because Lamar Jackson has had Mark Andrews around him. He's had Zay Flowers around him. I mean, you have the talent. You have one of the best defenses in all the NFL. I mean, you have Mike Green. You have Matabuki. You have Marlon Humphrey. You have Nate Wiggins. And it's just not really leading up to what Lamar can do. I mean, Lamar's in a heavy AFC with Josh Allen, Bo Nix, Patrick Mahomes when he's back and healthy. Drake May now, phenomenal season for Drake May. And I'm going to cash that because I'm excited to see how Lamar Jackson does in the new offense under Jesse Minter and Anthony Weaver over there. So I'm looking forward to it.
I just kind of feel like that statement's a little counterintuitive. Like, if you're winning MVPs, I think that kind of like backs up like how you're playing like on the field.
Yeah.
If you're talking about like his winning, that's a different situation because he's not having success in the playoffs, which ultimately that's how you judge quarterbacks, right? Like we call Tom Brady the best quarterback of all time because he's got 7 Super Bowls. Obviously, he's got the stats too, but I think if you take away all those championships, Peyton Manning, in my opinion, I think you can make a debate if you take away the championships from Tom Brady, would be a better quarterback. So in terms of that, yeah, he needs to win more to get into that upper echelon. But I do think that it's kind of hard to say he's not a top 5 quarterback in the league.
Yeah, and I feel like that's why so many people diss on guys like Josh Allen, Justin Herbert as well, because they get to the playoffs. They have great regular seasons. They get to the playoffs, and then they crap the bed. And we saw that again, Josh Allen, we saw it this year happen. And Justin Herbert, that's happened this year and last year. And Lamar's been in that same case. When it comes to playoffs, he's just not that great in the postseason. And I feel like that's what you really have to judge a quarterback on as well. It's a big part of it because, yeah, you might be able to win games in the regular season, but you're not winning the games that matter. And so I'm going to cash the state.
Let's go.
Michael, what's your Cash or Trash for this week?
All right, this one's a little more out there than a lot of my Cash or Trash. Well, I mean, maybe not. For me, I think it's a little more out there.
Okay.
So I'm a Georgia fan, but I am very high on Jeremy Bernard from Alabama. I think he's a very good wide receiver. I think he's been the best receiver at Alabama the last 2 years. Now, Ryan Williams had a really good freshman year in 2024. But honestly, if you watch game by game, I feel like Jeremy Bernard was even a better receiver than him that season. Now, obviously, Ryan Williams had the highlight show against Georgia. He had a couple of games here and there where he was really, really good. But outside of those couple of games, it was really Bernard that was consistent throughout those games. He finished this past season under 1,000 yards, had 826 receiving yards. So his stats aren't going to jump off the page extremely at you. But I'm going to say, cash or trash, Jeremy Bernard ends up being the wide receiver 1 from this draft class.
JT.
I'm going to trash this take. Now, I could see it later on down the line. I think he's going to fall to like a second or third round pick, honestly. I think he's very underrated. I think he was definitely a game changer at Alabama. But I think when it comes down to it, you have so many better players in this draft. This is a very stacked wide receiver class. I mean, you have Casey Concepcion, you have Zachariah Branch out of Georgia. You have all these other guys. There's like 4 or 5 that are predicted first-round picks.
There's 6 over Jeremy Bernard as of right now. Are you talking about NFL trajectory or
by the end of their careers, you'll be like, all right, he was definitely the best receiver out of this class. I'm gonna have to trash
maybe
it.
maybe two, because you got Cornell Tate in there. I think Cornell Tate,
so
that's kind of
as well. I don't know why.
I was gonna say Cornell Tate is a high one. I'm going to trash it just because there's one that I'm super high on that I would take your take and put this guy's name in it, and it's Mekhi Lemon. I think Mekhi Lemon is an absolute beast, and I watch him a lot over at USC, and I can't wait to see where he falls and what franchise he'll go to, because I think he'll blow it up over there.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, I'm going to trash it as of right now just because it depends on really draft position. Because if you're suited in a very well organization that is very pass-heavy, like we see with Brian Thomas Jr. his rookie year, a lot of people didn't realize how good he was going to be. And you put him in that offense with Liam Cohen, who's an offensive-minded head coach, and throws the ball deep out to him, and you also have Travis Hunter there. And then you also look at a guy from Arizona State that elevated that Arizona State offense when he was the number 1 target for Sam Leavitt, the past 2 years, in Jordan Tyson. Jordan Tyson, I love him. He reminds me a lot of Deshaun Jackson. I mean, he's like a 5'10", 5'11" frame, a little bit of a smaller guy, maybe like the 175 weight range, but he's really shifty. He's a great route runner, and I think he can transition really well. I think it's just way too early to tell. I like to throw that card out a lot, but yeah, way too early to tell.
Where do you think, what team do you see him best fitting on if you see him kind of like being one of the best out of this draft?
To be honest, like when I'm just thinking about like these kind of teams, I really feel like, and it kind of makes a lot of sense because you got JSN there, but I think Seattle would be a great fit for him. I think that'd work out really well with him and Sam Darnold. The way that they used him at Alabama, kind of like they used him a lot of screen game. Even though he's not a speedy guy, he just is able to be shifty like that. And to be kind of like you've got JSN and like you have Ryan Williams at Alabama, you can have kind of that kind of same situation with Jeremy Bernard there too. So
Makes
I think
sense.
that'd be a good spot.
I just think there's way too much talent to say that looking back, it's going to be some guy that goes in the second or third round. I think there's too many good guys in the first round. I think Zachariah Branch is going to fall out of the first round, but I think he might have a better career than Jeremy Bernard. I think he might be a top 5 when we look back, but I don't think he'll be close to number 1.
I mean, I would love to see him in the Green Bay Packers situation. The only reason I see him not going to look at Seattle Seahawks, you still have Cooper Kupp on a couple more years deal over there. You have Rashid Shaheed that was brought over, probably going to get retained after this season. JSN, I mean, he put up the most receiving yards this season.
The Emerald City route artist.
The Emerald City route artist, absolutely phenomenal. And Sam Darnold, I mean, was a top-tier quarterback. He was borderline top 10. I think he is a top 10 quarterback in my opinion, but that's a discussion for another day. Now, I want to give my cash or trash before we go into a quick break. And the MLB season is coming up, and a lot of people have heated debates on the MLB Hall of Fame and what the guidelines are for that. I mean, Andrew Jones was a 10-time Gold Glover, and it took him over about 10 years post-retirement to get into the Hall of Fame. And a big reason for that was how low his batting average is. So I want to say this. Kyle Schwarber is on a trajectory to hit 500 career homers. If he sticks in Philly, I mean, even if he goes to maybe like Pittsburgh or Cincinnati, his hometown, I still think he's going to hit bombs out there in Great American Ballpark if that ever happens. So my cash or trash is Kyle Schwarber needs to win an MVP to solidify his name in Cooperstown.
I think basically you're saying he's never going to go to Cooperstown because I don't see him winning an MVP anytime soon with
Ohtani
if he stays in the same league as Ohtani. I think that's a very tough subject because you basically just said that he won't get in there. And that sucks because you look at the stats and who's getting into the Hall of Fame nowadays, that's what it comes down to a lot of is more accolades such as awards. And these guys can hit all these home runs and have a good average and still not be able to make it just because their team didn't win or they didn't rack up accolades and awards by themselves. So I think I'm going to cash your take. I mean, I don't think he makes it. I think he has to do more and win his own award to make it into Cooperstown.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with that. I mean, like you said, 500 home runs is a great achievement to have. But when it really comes down to it, who makes the Hall of Fame and who doesn't, it really does come down to the accolades like Parker mentioned. I mean, yeah, he's multiple-time All-Star, but you got to have a little bit more than that to make the Hall of Fame. I think that he's not going to win MVP like Parker mentioned. I don't think he's going to with some of these other guys in the league. I just don't think that's going to be possible, so I'm also going to have to cash this. He's going to have to win MVP to solidify his case.
I'm a little in between because I feel like if he goes and hits over 500 home runs, that's a really good.
It's a guarantee.
Yeah, exactly. Right. But at the same time, like he strikes out so much, his batting average is so low year in year out, and you're a DH, your career DH. You know, on top of that, and he hasn't won a championship, he hasn't won MVP or any kind of accolade like that. He's got a Silver Slugger, which is good.
He's won a World Series.
Oh, he did in Chicago. You're right. I forgot about that. He does have the World Championship. But
he doesn't have the All-Stars. He doesn't have the MVPs.
You think 500 bombs, no MVP, for sure not in there?
If you have some All-Stars and you have a World Series or maybe like a Gold Glove or two, yes. I think it's a guarantee. Because you look at Giancarlo Stanton, if he maybe hits 500 homers, I think he also has an MVP. But I think he's guaranteed a spot in Cooperstown. Carlos Beltran had to wait a year or two, and he had 435 homers. He doesn't have an MVP, multi-time Gold Glover, multi-time All-Star. But the thing is, with Carlos Beltran, he had a 279, 280 batting average. And a lot of them look at the batting average side of things. Right now, he's like a 240 career hitter.
Yeah, that's exactly.
That's like the big
way too low.
He's 230 actually.
230?
Yeah,
yeah. So I think an MVP solidifies him in Cooperstown.
Cash or trash, JT?
I'm gonna have to definitely cash that one.
You're a cash or trash.
I don't have one. This is Jackson's.
Gotcha.
And Parker?
College students who binge drink alcohol at least 3 times per week were roughly 6 times more likely to perform poorly on a test or a project because of drinking. Dream City Brewing Company, Wolf Sports Network, and Wolf Radio proudly remind you to drink responsibly. Students 21 and over should drink responsibly in an environment that discourages overindulging. Faculty won't take hangovers as an excuse.
And when we come back, we are going to get into another edition of Luck of the Draw with MLB season coming up, but 2010's pitchers. But stay tuned. You don't want to miss that. Will JT make his redemption after picking college Eddie Lacy last time? We'll see what happens. Stay tuned. This is Wolf Sports Network and Sports Out of Pocket.
This is former MLB All-Star Justin Masterson, and you're listening to Sports Out of Pocket on Wolf Sports Network.
WSN, Wolf Sports Network, will have you covered this West Georgia basketball season with Inside the Coliseum, our 30-minute pregame show that will start 1 hour before select home games.
But we saw his ability to make those tough shots. He is a shooter, and he was second in scoring behind Shelton Williams-Dryden.
I think we just need to get everybody the ball as much as possible. I think we need to throw the rock around.
Join us as we cover both the men's and women's basketball seasons from inside the Coliseum.
Wait a minute. Is this what I think it is? Wii Sports? Let's try something. Let me tell you all about this show on Wolf Sports Network. Get with the playbook. Get with the playbook. Get with the playbook. It's the playbook. Hear us talk about all of college football, basketball, and baseball. Mondays from 9 to 10 p.m. The Playbook on Wolf Sports Network.
When you think about college sports, what do you think of?
Campus legends like Haynes King and Diego Pavia.
What if I told you there was a show for that and more?
More?
Playbook is your one-stop listen for college football, basketball, baseball, and UWG sports.
The Bulldogs have Ryan Nemhard, a great point guard, and they are going yard. Gonzaga in 5.
Tune into The Playbook Mondays from 9 to 10 p.m. only on Wolf Sports Network.
The Playbook is your home for West Georgia sports.
this spring from University Stadium.
And we saw a very well put together offense that was trailing and going into the half, and then comes out in the third quarter and puts themselves up.
To the Coliseum.
We're finishing well at the rim, being aggressive, being physical. A lot of guys are touching the rock. It's been a great start for the Wolves.
And Cole Field.
I hope West Georgia wins. I'm going to be rooting for West Georgia tomorrow.
The Playbook, live every Monday from 9 to 10 p.m.
Before we get into our luck of the draw baseball segment, I want to say what's parallel with baseball. Softball. By the way, shout out to the UWG Wolves softball team. They play Jack State on Tuesday, February 24th, the same day as our Spirit Night from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Maple Street Waffle House. You will have a chance to support our coverage of UWG athletics and beyond. Your scattered, smothered, covered order our needs to bring you the best sports coverage. So come join us Tuesday, February 24th from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Maple Street Waffle House. That's Tuesday, February 24th from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Maple Street Waffle House. Show up.
And Parker, I'm loving your shirt right now. Rise up. Where'd you get that Falcon shirt at?
My mom got it for me.
Aww.
That's Healy. That's a great story. But you know where else you get some good merch at? Our own merch store.
Wow.
When it comes to fandom, nothing matters more than the fit. The logo you wear solidifies your love. Now you can be a Wolf Sports Network fanatic with our brand new merch store powered by Ozier Apparel. Visit wolfsportsnetwork.com and click About. This studio ain't big enough for the four of us. It's time to see who has the luck of the draw.
Now, if you guys are new to Sports Out of Pocket and don't know what luck of the draw is, we draw names out of this hat from a certain decade, and we have to name a year that they were best at with accolades, stats, whatever it is. And the winner of today's luck of the draw draft was Parker. So, Parker, you have a win on the board, and you're going to start off MLB 2010's pitchers.
MLB 2010's pitcher. Which way are we going next?
We'll go.
Just go around.
JT?
Yeah.
Oh, Jacob deGrom. What a pull. I know he's good early Mets years. Give me 2015 Jacob deGrom.
Okay.
2015 Jacob deGrom. I can't remember what year he won.
I think that
may be a little early.
That's
though.
way too early.
A little early?
Yeah.
Need to get my trusty whiteboard so I can write these down.
I thought that might be too
my
early.
poll. MLB All-Star Justin Masterson.
Shout out Justin Masterson, former Sports Out of Pocket interviewee.
Yeah, this might look really bad on me because I wasn't a part of this specific interview.
This was before your time.
This was a little bit before my time. I'll say 2013 Justin Masterson.
Bang.
That's actually the year that he was an All-Star.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Good pull.
All right, let's see. Ooh. Thank God. Clayton Kershaw. 2014.
That's
MVP.
like that's like a solidified win, man. Honestly, I really I don't know. We'll see what happens. Max Scherzer. Let's go with 2017.
That's a good year.
2017 Mad Max Scherzer.
I was thinking you were 16 or 17 for him.
Mad Max. I think I shot an air ball with deGrom. But we'll go. I knew John Lester was gonna be in here.
I love John Lester.
He's so old, bro. So old.
He's not that old.
And he had the
Pretty old.
yips. He can never pick off. He had the yips.
Yeah.
I have no clue. 2012 John Lester. Is that Red Sox year possibly?
Yeah, it is a Red Sox year. I mean, that sounds right.
He's pretty solid with the Red Sox.
I was gonna say maybe 2016,
like 15 or something like that. Yeah.
Just because of the Cubs year.
Yeah.
I know he's good with the Cubs too. I thought he was better with the Red Sox. You think he was better with the Cubs?
Yeah. JT.
All right, my next draft pick is none other than R.A. Dickey.
What a go. Braves legend.
Braves legend R.A. Dickey.
All right, JT, just to let you know.
I know, there's
you
probably
don't
only
know
one
much.
year. I'm not a Braves guy.
Knuckleball.
We're not a big
big
baseball
knuckleball
guy, but there's only 1 year in the 2010s that R.A. Dickey won a Cy Young.
And it was in 20. I feel like it's earlier. But I feel like it also could be middle of the pack. I feel like I'm going to go 2015.
That's a little late.
A little late.
It's a little
Ah,
late.
Not as bad as it could have been.
It's a little late. Michael? I think he won the Cy Young in 2012.
I was gonna say 12. I was gonna say 12.
Got my
dude.
guy Trevor Bauer.
Oh.
Shout out Ryan Kroger, big Cleveland Guards fan.
So 2020 is off the limit though, because it's not 2010s.
Yeah.
That was a Cy Young year. I get 2019. I guess
That's good. All right, with me, my third pick.
Second pick.
David Price. I love the David Price pick just because I'm trying to remember which 2K cover he was on.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Madden approach. Let's go 2012 David Price.
I think that's pretty good.
Sounds about right.
2012.
I think
Because
that's
it's the year prior, right?
I think that's a safe bet. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I got a big piece
12.
of paper. Adam Wainwright.
Ooh.
Keep getting guys I don't I know
That aren't
of,
good.
but I don't know.
Aren't good.
That play
Nah,
for
Cardinals-
bad teams.
A lot of Cardinals years out of Adam Wainwright.
They play for bad teams.
And I know he was an early guy too, so 11 or 12. I know Jackson's going to give me a lot of crap for this one. Give me Adam Wainwright 2011. Adam Wainwright.
I like
What
it.
do you think?
That's not bad.
That's not
I
bad.
maybe would have went
Cards
with
guy,
20.
I'm not-
I feel like 2010 might have been his best season.
I actually want to look up 2011 Wainwright real quick.
I think 20.
I thought you know big cards guy over there.
Oh,
Good pull.
Garrett Cole.
What a guy, man.
All right.
You got the Pirates years, you got the Astros years.
2023 is off
Huh?
limits.
That's crazy. I
know.
completely forgot 2011 Adam Wainwright was out for the season with a UCL
tragic.
injury.
That's
Oh,
tragic.
that's
So
rough.
there's not a
No.
single 2011
I
Adam
would
Wainwright.
laugh at you, but I did pick college Eddie Lacy last week. Garrett Cole, give me 2017.
Yeah,
There's
that's
one of
the same
those
thing.
years. There was one of those years where he had that ridiculous run, where he had like a sub-1 ERA for
Yeah.
like 20 starts in a row.
Dude,
Yeah.
that was Astros.
I don't remember
year.
exactly what year
That was
that was.
Astros.
Yeah. All right, Michael on his third pick.
Keep losing it. All right. Corey Kluber.
Ooh.
He had two Cy Youngs, 3 Cy Youngs, one of those two.
Big,
Trying
another
to
Cleveland guy.
Yeah.
2016 Corey Kluber.
Sounds about right.
They went to the
Those-
World Series
so-
that year.
That's why I'm
All right.
going with that.
Cole Hamels.
Hey.
That's his later Phillies years, a little bit in the Rangers. Give me 2011 Cole Hamels.
All right.
Shot.
Sounds about right.
It's either 11 or 12.
All right. Round 4.
I know he never won a Cy Young, so
Let's see. Another big piece of paper.
Round 4. We'll see.
Chris Sale.
Ooh.
Wow.
and
And
you
I know.
can't choose 24.
I
So you got his
know.
White Sox and Red Sox years. I really hope he pulls like the whole year he was injured, or the year
No,
he went like
no,
9
no.
and 16.
I know.
Red
what-
Sox year is 2017. I'm pretty sure. 2017 Chris
I think
Sale.
you're right about that.
Well, the year that they won the
17,
They won the World
17,
Series in 18.
17 was
but-
definitely a good year. You could
Yeah.
argue 14 maybe.
Chris Sale's a dog a lot
Chris
of
Sale
years.
is a dog.
JT, your final pick.
Ooh. CC Sabathia.
That's a legend too. Legend.
I'm gonna have to. Ooh, that's there. You can kind of go wrong here, but I'm gonna go 2015 CC.
Sounds about right.
This is my last pick,
years, I
isn't it?
think.
Yeah.
Fourth pick. All right.
This is Michael's last pick.
Wow.
The great Justin Verlander. That's the
Goat.
last pick. That's a great pick. What year did he win the Cy Young in 2010s? Let's say like.
He also won an MVP one year too.
All right.
By the way, shout out Justin Verlander. We might see an AL Cy Young victory coming in his final year in MLB.
2012.
He'd be the oldest one to win a Cy Young.
You got some more.
I like it. There's some more, but this is the final
I think
pick.
you're 1 year too
And
late.
the
think I
final
The
pick.
last pick of the draft of 2010's MLB pitchers. Mr. Jackson Bulls selects
Madison
Bumgarner.
Now, there's 2 years I'm thinking of. It's either 2010 or 2012, where Madison Bumgarner is probably the greatest World Series pitcher you're ever going to see, in my opinion. And it's an insane take. But give me 2012 Madison Bumgarner, because they won in
Pretty
10,
safe.
they won in 12, they won in 14.
Yep.
All right.
But JT, with the recap of the teams.
I will read off. Parker was our first selection, so I will read his team first. We have 2015 DeGrom, 2012 Lester, 2011 Adam Wainwright, and 2017 Chris Sale. Pretty solid.
Mhm.
My team, 2013 Justin Masterson, 2015 Dickey, 2017 Garrett Cole, and 2015 CC. Now we have Michael. 2014, Clayton Kershaw. 2019, Trevor Bauer. 2016, Corey Kluber. And 2012, Justin Verlander.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson, we have 2017, Max Scherzer. 2012, Price. 2011, Hamels. And 2012, Madison Bumgarner.
Now, you're going to want to make sure to go vote on the poll in our Luck of the Draw for our third one, MLB 2010's pitchers. Shout out to Parker for winning.
Parker is currently 2-0, I believe.
Parker's 2-0. He has 2 wins. I mean, I need my get back after the whole 2-minute warning thing from last season. And JT needs his get back after picking a college running back. And honestly,
I just missed with Adam
shout
Wainwright.
out to Justin Verlander for going to the Tigers in his final season in the MLB. Future Hall of Famer. I'm super excited to see that. And I'm all in on the Detroit Tigers. And speaking about all in, let's get into the lottery.
Surely I'll have some better luck this time. Hey, how's it going? I'll take 1 lottery ticket. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I just won the lottery.
Now the lottery, it's spring season. You're putting all your chips in, and I know a lot of us are into sports gambling, but we do not condone it. And I know a big sports gambler, sports betting fan in JT Groves. JT.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah. I mean, allegedly.
Alleged.
JT,
It's all alleged.
It's all alleged. JT Groves, who is your lottery guy for this week?
I am extremely high, and I did talk about this a little bit earlier when when Michael brought up Jeremy Bernard from Alabama. I'm talking about Zachariah Branch. I am extremely high on him. I'm low on the fact that they have him so low in the draft, but I think he's a great receiver. And if he does go to a team like the Buffalo Bills who need a guy that can get separation for Josh Allen, I would love that. And if we can get him in the late second round, or if we get him in the third round, I would love nothing more than to have a guy from UGA going to Buffalo, New York to play with the best quarterback in the NFL.
I love this. I love Zachariah Branch, obviously. I love James Cook up in Buffalo, too, former Georgia Bulldog. So
we got that chemistry already.
Exactly. I'd love to see them up there. And, yeah, Zachariah Branch is, I think, one of the most underrated receivers, too. I'm not just saying that as a Georgia fan. Like, he was the catalyst of this offense this year for us. When Gunner looked at him on big third downs a lot, that Florida game. Really, he saved us in that Florida game a couple times on third down. So I love Zachariah Branch.
I mean, I'm looking at the stats for this year. I mean, 81 receptions, 811 receiving yards, 6 touchdowns, 57.9 yards per game. I mean, I think he's definitely going to be a pivotal piece on whatever offense that he gets implemented to. Shifty route runner for Georgia. And, I mean, the last time a Georgia wide receiver that was really dominant in the NFL was, Michael?
A.J. Green.
A.J. Green.
Or George Pickens.
Who did you just pull?
A.J.
Green.
What?
Are you high on Zachariah Branch?
Zachariah Branch, man. Shifty, can create space. Would love to see him to go to one of these unique offensive coordinators' playbook and get utilized through screens, the deep ball. Guy can line up in the backfield for you. I think it's a very special weapon to have on your side when you get deep into the playoffs or late games in postseason.
He gives me like a Debo Samuel, just a little faster.
He's most faster than Debo Samuel.
Yeah.
Way faster.
But Parker, who's your lottery person?
My guy that I'm high on that just recently occurred is K9, man, Kenneth Walker.
Mm-hmm.
What a game to have on the biggest stage possibly of your career so far, and what he did throughout the whole playoffs. Zach Charbonnet went down, RB2, and he got a full workload and didn't have to split carries, and, man, he took off. And for a guy that's on a contract year, that is textbook of what you want to do. And every other free agent upcoming needs to look at that and be like, that's exactly what I need to do because he's about to get paid this year. And I highly doubt that he stays with Seattle unless they throw the bag at him. But I think he ends up going – he's got his ring. I don't think there's any more loyalty in the NFL anymore. I think he bounces out of Seattle and goes to somewhere like Washington or Carolina and gets paid big to go be RB1 somewhere.
I don't know. I really like K9. I was really hoping that we could have seen Jason Myers get himself a Super Bowl MVP. But K9 did have a great game, and I said this last week going into it. K9 was going to rush for over 100 yards, or he was going to have over 100 total yards. And that did happen, and he was a big part of it. I'm also kind of high on Christian Gonzalez on the other side of the ball for the Patriots. He shut down JSN. He shut down the entire passing offense of the Seattle Seahawks that entire game, which is why they had to rely so much on Kenneth Walker. So this game really came down to who could run the ball better, and two offenses that I feel like are better passing offenses than rushing offenses. So we saw unreal secondary from both teams. And overall, Kenneth Walker just outplayed both Trayvon Henderson and Ramondre Stevenson.
Yeah, I'm very high on K9 too. I thought he had a great Super Bowl, great playoffs. Obviously, like you said, after Charbonnet went down. I don't think he's in Seattle either. I don't think they're going to pay that, especially with what the other offers he's going to get. I think a great fit for him would be Carolina. I think that'd be a really good fit. Like you said that, Parker.
I mean, Rico Dowdle was on a one-year deal. I think they maybe retain him. They probably ship off Chuba Hubbard. I mean, he's been a lot of injury-ridden as a Panthers running back in his Panthers tenure. And, I mean, I would love K9 in Carolina. Honestly, K9, this is the first year I've really seen him flourish in that backfield. I mean, I think the Seahawks needed an offensive coordinator that truly understood the run game, and it's going to be a big hit to the Seattle's offensive coordinating position and offense heading into next year with Clint Kubiak going over to Las Vegas. And I'm excited to see Clint Kubiak in Vegas next season. And Ashton Genty, I saw a lot of TikToks, and he was smiling when he met Clint Kubiak because he knows he's going to get the ball a lot, and they're going to build up that O-line over there. And by the way, shout out to Gray Zabel, one of the best offensive linemen, not just as a rookie, but in the NFL for the Seahawks this season. But I want to give off my lottery guy, and actually it's not even a guy, it's a team. And I hate to say this as a St. Louis Cardinals fan, but the Pittsburgh Pirates, phenomenal team. I think they pushed for a wild card spot. They made additions in Marcell Ozuna, Ryan O'Hearn. They needed a big power bat, which they have not had in 10 years. I mean, outside of a little bit of an O'Neal Cruz, but he's not like a superstar power bat. They got Brandon Lowe. They got Ryan O'Hearn. They have Marcell Ozuna, who's Brian Reynolds as well. And the only thing that needs a little bit fixing is that pitching staff. You have Paul Skeens. You have Jared Jones coming back off an injury, who, in my opinion, is a dark horse for an NL Cy Young. Mitch Keller as well. Maybe get one more pitcher that's still out there, like Zach Gallen, to throw in there. And I think you'll be set.
I actually like their pitching, because I love Paul Skeens. I like Jared Jones a lot, and I think he could be a dark horse for the Cy Young, like you just said. My only thing with Pittsburgh, I think they can make a push. I don't think they're going to do it. I just don't trust this lineup. Brian Reynolds has been very good in the past, but he's been very back and forth, very shaky, kind of like Dansby Swanson, in my opinion, in his career, kind of streaky, a little bit back and forth. What version of Marcell Ozuna are you going to get? Are you going to get, 2023, 2024 Ozuna, or are you going to get back half of last year Marcell Ozuna kind of fell off a little bit?
Are you going to get a 240 batting average?
Exactly, that's the thing. So if they get the best out of him and Brian Reynolds and that lineup can put something together and have a better year, then, yeah, they can make a push. But I don't think they're going to make it, but they could definitely do it.
I kind of love this out of you, Jackson, because it's not a bad take simply because this is the most moves we've seen the Pirates make in, like you said, years. I just hate that they didn't give McCutchen the respect, give him one last farewell tour for retirement, didn't offer him that deal. I think that kind of cut ties because they went and signed Marcell Ozuna, which is a guy that rakes. But like you said, the pitching staff, Bubba Chandler was a young guy coming up. He throws fuzz. Can learn a lot from Paul Skeens. They also got a guy that was rumored to trade last year, but they held on to, Mitch Keller. He can eat some innings for you. I'd say bolster up the bullpen. They went out and got a few bats. And not a very competitive division to compete in, so I'm kind of high on the Pirates as well.
JT, your thoughts on the Pirates? I know you love Paul Skeens and Livy Dunn.
That's crazy because I've never mentioned them in my life. I do think Paul Skeens is the best pitcher in baseball. I think he will win another Cy Young. I think that you mentioned they didn't have power. I like the move of picking up Marcell Ozuna as well. But, I mean, O'Neal Cruz was kind of a superstar power bat. You mentioned he might not have been. I think he was a pretty good batter. I think he was one of the top in the league last season. I like this. I like that take. I think that the Pirates definitely have a good shot at making a wild card push this season, especially with all the moves. But like you mentioned, they need to get better at that pitching staff. That's the big thing.
O'Neal Cruz breakout year, by the way. Book it. This is all-star O'Neal Cruz.
I say he broke out last season.
Dude, he's going to go absurd this year. Breakout O'Neal coming on the way. Book it.
I mean, I want to throw in one more team I'm high on, and that's the Tigers pitching staff. I mean, they brought in Framber Valdez, who we all thought was maybe going to go to the Yankees or the Rangers, but they signed him for a 3-year deal for $115 million. I know Michael did. But, we're looking at this rotation. Skubal, Flaherty, Mize, Verlander, who's probably going to be a 5 guy, and then
pretty good restaurant.
And then Framber Valdez. So, and also they signed Kenley Jansen to the bullpen, retained Kyle Finnegan, Will Vest. Keider Montero. I mean, I love this Tigers rotation, and they can compete with the Rangers rotation as well.
Of course, very easy to say that when they made the playoffs last year and kind of made a run. And what was it, 7 games with the Mariners? I think got put out game 7.
7 games,
so great run out of them making the playoffs, and they go and add a all-star caliber arm like Framber Valdez. I mean, what more could you ask for? I think they need one more big bat in that lineup. I think it's a lot of scrappy guys, 1 to 9. But I think they need a little more, a flashy name, a little more pop, a little more power. But I like what they got cooking in Detroit. And I'm not going to lie, as a Yankees fan, they scare me a little bit.
Well, it says they're going all in right now, too, to win right now because you're going to spend that money. You're not going to spend that money to extend Tarek Skubal. You're going after Framber Valdez and some of the other moves they made. So they kind of have to get it done the next couple of years.
I mean, the only thing is there's not really any big power guys left on the list for MLB free agents. I mean, you have Jesse Winker, hasn't really done much in years. You have,
The only guy gone that I wish they would have went and got is Alex Bregman. Would have loved to see Alex Bregman in Detroit, but I think he finds a home in Chicago just fine.
I mean, the last power bat guy that was left was Ozuna, and he just went to the Pirates. So, I mean, maybe wait a year. I mean, again, scrappy guys. You have McKinstry, you have Baez, Torres, Green, Torkelson, Parker Meadows.
Yeah.
There's one more guy, Kerry Carpenter. Carpenter.
He's a dog.
I'm high on him, so I'm super excited. Parker?
Wolf Radio and Wolf Sports Network are proud to boost literacy rates with our pre-K book drive. Our ongoing book drive will provide a new or gently used book to every child at UWG's pre-K monthly. Give today by visiting thewolfuwg.com/book drive. Together, Wolf Radio and Wolf Sports Network will make a brighter future. Visit thewolfuwg.com/book drive.
And Parker, did you know that college students who binge drink alcohol at least 3 times per week were roughly 6 times more likely to perform poorly on a test or project because of drinking? Dream City Brewing Company, Wolf Sports Network, and Wolf Radio proudly remind you to drink responsibly campaign. Students 21 and over should drink responsibly in an environment that discourages overindulging. Faculty won't take hangovers as excuses. But stay tuned because, honestly, I'm super excited for this Fire Me Up. And when we come back, we're going to get fired up about NFL teams heading into the offseason and MLB teams as well. So stay tuned.
This is JT, and as Marv Levy once said,
where else would you rather be than right here, right now?
And we are Wolf Sports Network.
Tune in to Wolf Sports Network throughout the week to hear the very best in UWG sports coverage. Catch live shows, score updates, and breaking news all week long. But sometimes seeing really is believing. And now you can watch your favorite Wolf Sports Network shows live on YouTube. Follow at Wolf Sports Network on YouTube as we bring you into the studio with your favorite shows and personalities. Wolf Sports Network. The Wolves play here.
Sports Pack is here for you, providing all the West Georgia sports content you need to stay in the game. Tune in to Wolf Sports Network every Monday and Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. so you never miss a beat as the crew takes you through the wild world of UWG sports, while also keeping you updated with your local Atlanta teams as well. Don't miss out. Sports Pack every Monday and Thursday from 6 to 7, only on Wolf Sports Network.
From West Georgia to the heart of Atlanta, sports don't stop. So neither do we. This is Sports Pack. Sharp takes, big highlights, and coverage to keep you locked in until the final whistle. Tune in from 6 to 7 on Mondays and Thursdays to hear what the crew has to say about your favorite team. Sports Pack, only on Wolf Sports Network. The Wolves play here.
From the court to the diamond, Sports Pack has you covered. That's right, folks. The new semester brings an all-new season of Sports Pack, where every Monday and Thursday from 6 to 7, the crew will take you through everything UWG athletics. We're talking men's and women's basketball, baseball, softball, and everything in between. You don't want to miss it. So be sure to tune in every Monday and Thursday from 6 to 7 here on Wolf Sports Network. The Wolves play here.
Now, before we get fired up, guys, Ever wanted to support your favorite station while eating Waffle House hash browns?
I have.
Wolf Sports Network is hosting a Spirit Night, February 24th from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Maple Street Waffle House.
Whoa.
That is the Maple Street Waffle House on
Whoa.
February 24th from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Hey.
Come join us before or after the UWG softball game against Jack State for an all-star, so we can be all-stars. Wolf Sports Network Spirit Night, 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Tuesday, February 24th at the Maple Street Waffle House.
I'm excited
Michael,
for that.
let's get fired up.
It's time to get heated with Fire Me Up.
That's right. It's time to get fired up about the Super Bowl, NFL offseason, and I know Michael has something to say about the Braves as well with, the announcement of Spencer Schwellenbach. But let's start off with the Super Bowl. What a Super Bowl, and I know I was trash talking Michael Miller, who's a big Drake May fan. Drake May, honestly, I think he's an overrated quarterback.
Keep Drake May out of your mouth.
I'm saying this because you look at bottom 7 teams. He had over 250 passing yards in each of the bottom 7 teams. But when we looked at the regular season, when he was facing top 7 teams in the NFL, he was limited to just 178 passing yards, and he averaged a touchdown or 2 and an interception. And honestly, I think Drake May is due for a junior year slump. I know we talk about sophomore slumps, but I don't think that he is going to have the same type of season that he had this season. And shout out Sam Darnold, the first quarterback from the 2018 NFL draft class to win a Super Bowl. And he is not named Baker Mayfield. Josh Allen, Bills fan over there.
Shout out,
and
Josh Allen.
Lamar Jackson, Ravens fan, running our TriCaster. So honestly, Sam Darnold is a top 10 quarterback. He is due for another Super Bowl win. Is it going to happen next season?
No.
I don't think so. But Sam Darnold has shown that he belongs in an elite quarterback conversation, in the top 10. So shout out Sam Darnold. I might go buy a Darnold jersey after this show. But JT, you have some fired up words about the Super Bowl.
An Eagles fan wearing another Bird team jersey just doesn't seem right to me, but then I realize it is Jackson
Broncos phone
Bulls.
case too.
I do realize it is Jackson Bulls, and he has a lot of stuff that are completely against his team. But this wasn't even a Super Bowl. There was nothing super about the Super Bowl. I got a little nickname. We got the Booper Bowl now. It's the Booper Bowl because I'm booing. It's booze. It's all booze all across. The Patriots did not deserve a spot in the Super Bowl. And like you mentioned, Drake May.
The Bills did?
No. The Bills, actually, that's a discussion for another day. If there was any year for the Bills to do it, it was this year, and we did not do it. But that's on us. So I'm glad we made changes. But back to the Super Bowl. Booper Bowl. Drake May is going to have a junior year slump. It's not going to be.
Watch yourself, JT.
He is not going to have as good of a season. He was in MVP talks this year. He will not be in MVP talks next year.
He is Drake May.
I promise you that. The only reason
Drake May.
The only reason
that's gonna die heading into next season.
Only reason
not Drake May. The joke.
The only reason that Drake May was in MVP talks was because the Patriots had a top 5 defense. They had the 3rd easiest schedule in the entire league last season. Next season, their strength of schedule. I looked at all those teams. I could see 10 of those games that they could be guaranteed losses.
That D made it better.
Michael, both these guys going against you, and I have the choice to defend you or go with them, and I'm going to go with them. Drake May, garbage. I'll try to defend him. Broncos game, maybe it snowed, maybe it was cold, maybe you didn't want to throw that many yards. You go up against an elite defense like the Seahawks in the Super Bowl, and you perform like that? Yeah, buddy, the junior year slump is on the way. So, Drake May, I don't know how you're going to defend yourself out of that one, but do your best.
Are we really going to blame the great Drake May for an awful offensive line here? Will Campbell okay. Will Campbell should be the LVP of this Super Bowl. He was terrible. You got to protect your quarterback. You have to protect your quarterback. He and the entire Patriots offensive line was absolutely horrible the entire game. Now, did Drake May make some reads throughout the game, make some throws that were not great? Yes, he did. He does not his best performance, but he also had no help from his offensive line the entire game.
I agree. Yeah, Will Campbell definitely defensive player of the game for that game. But at the same time, Seattle's defense is the best in the league, no doubt about it. And it makes sense why they got to him so many times, but Will Campbell needs to play better than that. I completely agree. But I am going to blame Drake May for a lot of that because you're telling me up until the 4th quarter, they didn't have a single drive where they got inside of Seattle's 40-yard line.
And JT, I don't care about
Unreal. Bad Bunny traveled more yards in his halftime show than any of the Patriots running backs did in the entire game.
I don't care about number one defense in the NFL. You're the runner-up for the MVP. You're the runner-up. Yeah. Show us your MVP. Your MVPs play good against the best defense in the league.
No, I completely understand. I want to talk about Drake May's mistakes. Sorry, I thought you were going to go on there. But when you have Stephon Diggs on a go route wide open and you decide to chuck it down to Ramondre Stevenson, the fumble machine, you're absolutely terrible. I bet Cardi B paid Drake May after their fallout, to not throw it to Stephon Diggs. So, honestly, Drake May's going to have a junior year slump. Wish the best for him. Great guy. I know he's a great personal guy. But he's going to have a junior year slump. I believe it.
That's why we might not have seen Stephon Diggs too much in the Super Bowl. That's why Drake May's not throwing the ball. That entire situation with Cardi B has got him all messed up in the head right now. So he's not going to be able to catch a football. Maybe at practice he was like, man, I wish. And he's like hitting the ball down to the ground. He's like, man, I wish that I could have Cardi B back. But he does not have Cardi B anymore, and he was so sad going into the Super Bowl. The team morale was at a lowest. Whenever Stephon Diggs is mad, I know this as a Bills fan, whenever Stephon Diggs is mad, the entire team is mad, and the entire morale of the locker room goes down. That's how it was in Buffalo, and maybe that's what's just happened before the Super Bowl. Cardi B is like, nah, I don't want you anymore. And now all of a sudden, the team morale is bad. They played poorly in the Super Bowl. Booper Bowl. It's the Booper Bowl.
I know if we're done trashing on the greatest quarterback to ever grace the National Football League, I don't know who our head of training is with the Atlanta Braves, but that joker should be fired. Okay, this is 3 years in a row now, where it's just injury after injury after injury. It's absolutely ridiculous. 2024, the entire team got hurt. We still somehow made the playoffs with Ramon Laureano playing every single day. 2025 last year, even more people get hurt. The entire rotation goes down for the most part, and we don't make the playoffs. We had a horrible end of the year last year. And Jurgen Profor getting suspended didn't help much with that either. But we enter spring training. Ha-Sung Kim is already hurt. He's going to be out for almost till the end of May. And he wasn't even baseball related. He slipped on ice. He's hurt. And now Spencer Schwellenbach has been at spring training for 1 day, and he's on the 60-day IL with his elbow. Joe Jimenez is on the 60-day IL with his elbow. I don't understand what is happening, Jackson. Help me.
I can't help you. I'm a Cardinals fan, and I have no idea about any medical assistance and anything like that. But honestly, I wish the best for you. I never wish injuries unless you're a Cubs fan or a Cubs player. I wish
we don't wish injuries on anybody.
We don't wish injuries on anybody. You're right, JT. I'm so glad you kept me in check there. But honestly, it's been a great show from all four of us here at Sports Out of Pocket. Make sure to stay tuned tomorrow because we have Michael Torres from the West Georgia football team joining us on Out of Pocket on the road. And make sure to tune in live at 7 because we have Brandon Dyer and Orlando Odom on live coverage for women's basketball. So stay tuned. And honestly, make sure for Spirit Night, if you're spirited about the Wolves and you're spirited about the station, show up February 24th from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. after the West Georgia softball game versus Jack State for our Spirit Night.
Yeah.
Maple Street. Make sure to show up. But for JT, Parker, Michael, we're going to toss it over to Brandon Dyer in Orlando. We will see y'all next week.